The conventional view in the West now is that the mind is inside the head. This is a very peculiar theory in historical terms. It's only existed in Europe for about 300 years. I think that when we see things outside ourselves, for example when people see me, that in some sense their mind is reaching out to touch what they're looking at. Is it possible that something really does go out of the eyes? Is it possible that there really is something coming out of your eyes to where I am, as you see me now, and coming out of my eyes to where you are, as I see you? If we touch things with our mind when we look at them, if our minds reach out in some sense to touch them, then we might affect what we're looking at just by looking at it.
But what this is based on the harmonic series, which is simply a way of making our own geometry audible. It's a way of allowing us to hear in a sonorous way our own structure. And this is a profound recognition. It's a profound remembering, because we are hearing what we are.
So it's a kind of organic music, or organic sound.
Absolutely. It's the most organic sound, because we're making audible our biology.
Music and silence have always been man's most powerful prayer. For the right sound can penetrate the heart directly. The only descriptions that we really have of the creation are those that we find in the mythological traditions and in the scriptures. Modern science has not been able to come up with any satisfactory description of how we come into being from nothing.
One possibility is that it's all somehow miraculously coded in the genes, so all you do is make the right proteins and the whole thing will just assemble itself. That's the conventional view. For me, it's not credible. I don't believe that. I think it's possible, but always the details get lost. People say, oh, it's much too complicated. In the 1970s, when I first worked on these problems, they said, give us 10 years, we'll work it all out. No problem. I went to a seminar by Sidney Brenner and Francis Crick when I was an undergraduate, and they said, you know, we've solved the genetic code. The two outstanding problems of biology are developmental biology and consciousness. And they said, we'll have them figured out in 10 years. That was in 1963.
Yeah. And what I'm trying to do is to use these concepts of the religious mystical tradition, of the creation myths, either through water or through the vibrations of sound, to relate these to the natural forms and how they demonstrate the dynamic force which gives them life.
There's some kind of pattern, a holistic pattern involved, a robust holistic pattern. And for me, the question when I was thinking about morphogenetic fields was that for me the question is how are they inherited? And how do they evolve? Because they're passed on from generation to generation, these formative patterns. But when the field concept is applied to social groups, like flocks of birds or schools of fish, or termite colonies, or packs of wolves, how are the social animals coordinated? Then I think there also is a kind of field that links the parts.